Learn how to remove the admin bar from the front end of your site in just a few minutes. Whether you're building a client site or just want a cleaner user experience, this is an easy way to tighten things up. My name is Kevin. Let's get coding. So within WPCodeBox, let's create a new snippet, and this time we're going to call it hide admin bar. And now we're going to add some code. So we already have our PHP open, and now we want to come and add a new filter. And add filter is a WordPress function that lets us modify how something works by hooking into a specific part of WordPress. In this case, we're going to use the show admin bar filter. And for the function, we're going to tell it to return false. So that's 2 underscores, return underscore false. And return false is a built-in function that simply returns false. So with this, we're telling WordPress to always return false when checking whether or not to show the admin bar. Let's save this. And now let's enable it. All right, so let's go back to the front end, and we're going to go ahead and refresh this. And we should see the admin bar right here gone. Perfect, that works great. Now let's take this a step further. Let's say we want to hide the admin bar for everyone else except users who manage the site. We can do this with a little more logic. And we're going to keep our add filter and show admin bar, but we're just going to get rid of this return false, and instead we're going to use what is called an anonymous function or a closure. So within our add filter, we're actually declaring the function, and we're going to use this to return current user can. And we're going to say manage options. So first, let's go over our closure. Within PHP, you can sometimes use a closure if you have a function that you're not going to use elsewhere. So instead of naming the function and going through all that logic, you can just use a closure. Then we're going to return whether or not current user can manage options. What we have here is that the current user can function checks for the capabilities of the current logged in user. In this case, we're checking for the manage options capability, which allows the user to access the settings menu in the WordPress dashboard. And by default, the administrator role is the only role with manage options capability. So why not just check if the user has an administrator role? This is because WordPress is built on capability-based access, not roles. Roles like administrator are just bundles of capabilities. What really matters is what a user can do, not what they're called. So this line is basically saying only show the admin bar if the user can manage site settings. In other words, if they're an admin. Everyone else, no bar. Let's now check to verify non-admin users cannot see the admin bar. Let's save our snippet, and now let's go back to the front end. And the first thing we actually want to do is just make sure that the admin bar works as an administrator. It does. Perfect. So let's go back to the dashboard. Now we're going to check a different user, and we're going to go to this user, which is an editor. Let's go ahead and switch to them, and now let's go to the front end. And there we go. No admin bar. That's it. A cleaner experience for your users and full control for your admins.